I grew up at the edge of a working-class neighborhood. Behind our house were forest, then creek, then uncharted territory. In front of and to the sides, rows of almost identical houses and small lawns. Like most kids, I tried to make sense of life, of my parents' struggles, of successes and failures in the extended family, of death. I also tried to imagine my place in the grown-up world. My tutor was a birch. After jumping to reach its lowest branch, I was virtually lifted to a broad view of neighborhood and forest. Seeing row upon row of households not unlike my own, I experienced a sense of belonging and of peace. My birch wasn't tall enough, nor my vision acute enough, for me to see beyond the neighborhood to larger houses or tenements. That would come later. But I learned that stepping back, seeing the broader picture, affirms my place in the world. That's also the message of the voice in the whirlwind. After Job had lost almost everything, after he struggled to make sense of such a fate, he heard a voice that began with these words: "Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me if you have understanding. Who determined its measurements? Surely you know. Or who stretched the line upon it?" Job's objective losses, at least for the moment, remained unchanged. But the words radically altered his response to those losses. I visited one of my parishioners, successful in his profession and active in volunteer work, as he lay dying in the hospital. A painfully ulcerated esophagus, a condition brought on by alcoholism, was the symptom that he could not ignore. He had been told that if he continued drinking, this, along with further liver damage, would happen. So he blamed himself for his condition. I had not known of his drinking problem. It turned out that neither did most of the congregation or his colleagues. I fully understood his self-condemnation. I would have done the same, and I told him so. I also tried to move him to see his life from a broader perspective, to also understand his life as blessing for himself and for others, to accept that his failures were not different in kind from others' failures. I believe that his life was blessing. And I like to think that for a moment, in that hospital room, he sat high on a birch and experienced peace.